Hi, and welcome to Talks with Shay. So today I would like to begin from reading from First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 11. And it says, "Wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do." And so we're in a new month for May, and I would like to title the series for this month, Quality Woman. So today for part one of Quality Woman, I would like to talk to you about best friends. So when I'm talking about best friends, y'all, we all know what that is, right? We've all had best friends. When we go through life, when I think about even elementary school, let's say, we maybe had best friends or close friends, but the older you get, it's almost like the definition of a best friend changes. Depending on the season you're in, depending on what stage of life you're in, different things and different titles for friendships begin to change. When I think of just different best friends that I've had in my life, I've had a couple of them. Probably I would say maybe a total of 3 best friends in my life, which is not too bad. But I had a lot of close friends and I had many just friends. But anyway, when I think of just best friends and what that relationship looks like, we are all women, right? And we all like hanging out and doing fun things with somebody. You don't see men too much worried about having, like, per se, a best friend. You really don't even hear men really talking about stuff like that. But for women, we talk about that a lot. Oh, that's my best friend, and stuff like that. Oh, that's my best friend, or whatever. But when I think about a definition of a best friend, I think of a person that's always there, always supportive, non-judgmental, always got your back. When things go wrong, they're always there, whatever. They're there all the time. They're consistent in your friendship. It's not just a take, or give, but it's a give and take type of relationship. When I think about different relationships in my life that I've had, best friend relationships with, I should say, I look at each stage of the 3 best friends that I've had in my life, or people that I considered best friends, and how different they literally really was. Of course, once you grow up and mature and sometimes get married, sometimes people's spouses become their best friend, and that's okay. And then sometimes the best friend is the spouse, and then they may have, their best friend, like a female or whatever. But when I think about just those type of friendships, they are iron sharpening iron relationships, or it should be that way. Because if you pick a best friend and literally that best friend is always draining you, why would you want to be in some type of relationship like that? With the best friend, it's like, y'all, it's a give and take type relationship. You pour into them, they pour into you, and so to speak. And so we have to make sure when we're picking best friends that it's truly someone that is strong. Sometimes somebody got to be stronger than the others. Maybe one area you're stronger in than she's stronger in. And so that brings a balance in that relationship. When I think of even like in this season in my life right now, like I don't have per se a best friend. I have close friends, and then I have just friends. And so because I don't have a best friend, you know what I've accepted? I'm my own BFF, y'all. And I'm like, it's fine. I can do things on my own. I don't have to have a best friend or somebody right there with me all the time. Somebody that I can call to, like, help me to think through some things. But I do have a friend that I can call upon to help me with those things. Now, just because that we don't have the title best friend doesn't mean we're not close friends. And so depending on where you at in the season you're in your life, it determines a lot about that friendship. Now, you have some friends you don't talk to for like forever, seems like. And then when y'all pick up the phone or happen to cross paths and see each other, it's as if y'all never had disconnected from the beginning. Now, I have one of those as well. She lives all the way in Texas. But, when I think about that, it's like relationships are really good. God never designed us to be without relationships, and not just having a significant other, because there's some people in life that never marries, and it's okay. There's people in the Bible that never married. So obviously it's okay. But being entangled in friendships and relationships with people, God started it off with man. You know what I mean? Relationship. Created a woman. Why? For that relationship. So God never intended us to be isolated by ourselves, even when we're going through stuff. I know sometimes some people are like, they will crawl into a hole when they're going through stuff. They don't isolate themselves. They don't want to be bothered with anybody. That's not always healthy, guys. You may not have a best friend, so to speak, but reach out to your friends. Somebody is always there that cares about you and love you enough to support you through that season of your life. When I think about having to do things on my own, like, I'm good with that. I know somebody that's like, girl, you literally gonna go eat out by yourself? Yeah. Or you went eat out by yourself? Yeah. You go to the nail place and get your pedicure, manicure by yourself? Yeah. Like, we can't always depend on other people's schedule to be available to do the things that you want to do when you want to do them. And it's okay. But we can't get into a place of where we feel like we have to always have a best friend. Because if we always feeling like we have to have a best friend in our lives, what's going to happen is we're more than likely going to pick a best friend that's not healthy for us. When we pick friends in our circle and what circle you put them in, okay, that tells a lot about that friendship. But you ultimately, like the Bible say, iron sharpeneth iron. That's the kind of friends you want to surround yourself with. Somebody that's going to be able to tell you the way that it is, raw and uncut. You need that in your life, Then you need somebody else that maybe gonna butter it up and soften it up for you, that is not gonna cut as bad. You need that in your life. A lot of times I've heard a couple of people say everybody need a Shay in their life. I'm like, no, they don't. Because everybody can't handle me. Sometimes I can be a bit much. Let's just be honest. And that's my personality. I'm an extrovert. I'm loud. Some people don't like loud people. So why would they want me in their circle? Some people don't do well with extroverts. Why would they want me in that circle? And guys, it's okay. But one thing we have to do is remain true to who we are. I'm going to be true to me the way that I am. And if somebody has an issue with it, because I'm sure there's people that do, it's okay. It doesn't make me look bad. It doesn't make them look bad. God has created us all differently. We all have a different preference in our life. Some people rather people that's more quiet. I wouldn't be a good fit for them. Other people don't mind a loud person. I might be a good fit for them. Some people almost like a little amen friend. I'm not a good friend for that because I'm not your amen person. I'm going to tell you the truth. Now, I'm going to do it out of love, but I'm going to be honest about it, and make sure that you can handle it. I had an incident this week where a girl actually reached out to me, just a girl that I know, for some advice. And I was like, I never gave you my opinion about the situation because you didn't ask for it. And I had to learn that, guys. That was where growth came in. Because before, I would just tell my opinion when not asked. I had to literally learn, if it's not asked, don't give it. Because sometimes people don't want the advice. They just need you to be a sounding board. And it's okay. But she asked this week, and I was able to be honest with her. And before I was honest with her, I asked her, do you want me to be honest with you? And she was like, yes. And I'm like, okay. And I let her know, but that's what it's about. Because I don't want to come off, for one, I don't know everything, right? None of us do. And for two, I don't want to never feel like I'm insensitive to what other people are going through. But one of the things that I do know, we're talking about a quality woman. And to be that quality woman, you got to know how to be a good best friend, whether that's to someone else or whether it's to yourself. And be okay with that, because it is okay. Right? Right. I think so, at least. But anyway, we're going to wrap up this talk today. Work on being that quality woman. If you don't have a best friend, it's okay. In this season of your life, join me. I'm my own best friend. Be the best version of you to you. And that's what matters. And God is going to bring you a best friend in his timing. Don't go out there looking for it, because you're going to look and find the wrong thing. God has something great in store for your life. I know he has it for mine. And we're going to be okay. Be your own best friend if you don't have a best friend. And if you have one, be the best friend that you can be to that person. Better yet, ask them. We don't ask that enough to people. What does a best friendship looks like to you? Learn from them. Give them what they need. Understand their expectations and tell them what you expect of them as well. Have that open line of communication so you can build healthy friendships with people around you. Amen? Amen. So before Shay go, I just want to remind you, if you haven't already, check out my website at www.talkswithshay.org. You can subscribe to my videos on YouTube and find me on Facebook. Like my page, share my page. Invite your friends to like my page. And until next time with Talks with Shay, Shay is out. Y'all stay blessed.